the Philippines must not react to these uh, skirmishes or incidents only from the viewpoint of what we consider to be an affront against our sovereignty and our soldiers or our fishermen. We must look at this from the bigger context and how do we react to this? Our reaction we propose should be something more positive. Since there is a preparation for war right now going on by China and the United States and the other parts of Australia included and so on, since there is a preparation for war, and it does not take genius to understand that this is going on, what is the Philippines' role in promoting peace in this whole region? Never mind the rest of the world, never mind the Ukraine-Russian border, but here in China's, how do we become creative enough and move towards promoting peace rather than being pushed to side between two superpowers, the United States and China?
For instance, these incidents are expected to happen. Even on the Philippine side, we had the event before that we made a mistake and we shot and killed Taiwanese after pursuing them. But it's not the be-all and end-all. After a few months, we got back into normal relations with Taiwan. And they did not keep attacking the Philippines about that. No, neither did Hong Kong keep on making an issue out of something that would stop our relationship in trading with Hong Kong. China did not stop dealing with the U.S. after the U.S. bombed its embassy, nor Russia. So everything is back. What we need to model after is like Vietnam, which China is now the third or fourth largest investor and is the biggest trading partner of Vietnam, and the same with Japan and Korea, so South Korea. So even if we have disputes, we're saying that there are many ways by which we can benefit from that relationship, and somehow it is the Philippines that keeps on focusing on incidents that are, some of them are significant and many of them are minor and many of them are being misrepresented. So what we want to say is that let's not be a front line for military confrontations of a power struggle on who should be number one. The world now does not need military conflicts. The greatest competition is in the economy and technology, and that's why the US and China are engaged in this competition, and we should not become the front line of this battle.
On the recent unfortunate incident in the Ayungin Shoal, the filing of diplomatic protests against China is a justified and legitimate action on the part of the Philippine government. By the way, Ayungin Shoal in international language is actually called the Second Thomas Shoal. However, it is one thing to file a diplomatic protest against China over the recent incident in the South China Sea involving the two countries. It is another to blow out of proportion the incident by involving the United States, which is not even a party to the dispute. The US is not even a party to UNCLOS or the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas. Such pronouncement was for me unnecessary and uncalled for on the part of the Secretary of Foreign Affairs to cite the lopsided and more skewed mutual defense treaty between the Philippines and the US.
So with this incident, it is very imperative for the Philippines and China to go back to the negotiating table in order to overcome their misunderstanding on the South China Sea. Both parties need to be reminded of their gains in the bilateral consultative mechanism in the South China Sea, where they committed to promote pragmatic cooperation in order to sustain their friendship, pursue common prosperity, and achieve overall peace in the South China Sea. So instead of conducting their own unilateral actions to assert their respective positions, I think both countries need to work together in order to encourage coordinated actions and joint management and even development of natural resources in the South China Sea.